Hi, my name is Liv, and this is my video diary. I'm here because I'm 23. There's a lot of changes happening in my life right now, and I just have this natural urge to document all of it. Hence this video of me.
My life is about to change.
Dairy Queen
for the
in an
best.
empty parking garage moment. Just feeling like something's coming and I need to document it. But just in general, it's something beautiful to look back on and just look at my growth and see where I've come from. I feel like back when YouTube first started and people were just making videos, and like whoever was young at the time and they just decided to get behind a camera on their like little iPod and start recording, it may have been cringe for them, but you know, they have that moment in history and no one can take that from them. They'll always have that video to look back on. So I am right now in my life living at home. I am a business owner. Very recently, as of last fall, me and one of my best friends that I met through my work as a psychic medium, we decided to kind of join forces and start a company. So we own a spiritual and holistic wellness company called Ostrek. It's about spirituality, it's about sharing the gift, but it's also on a bigger scale just about helping people feel connected to something bigger than themselves and understanding how to facilitate a lifestyle, like just a very general lifestyle. Sorry. I went on a run this morning. Just a general lifestyle where they feel content, where they feel grounded, and they feel purposeful in everything that they do. And that's really what I'm passionate about. Showing people, I guess, a way that you can live and feel, I don't know, like you just understand. I started communicating with my spirit team when my dog just walked downstairs, when I was 15 or 16. And I used to go to that empty parking garage all of the time to talk to them. My dog is a pig, so if you hear that, that's what you're hearing. He is part pig, no, but he snorts really bad. So I started communicating with them then, and I just remember, you know, feeling like I had the key to life. Like I just knew the answers now. When I was younger, right? When I was in high school, it was a really hard time for me. You understand you're going through like that spiritual awakening when you are connecting with all of this stuff. And I was learning a whole new world at that time while also being in high school. And I feel like I was a person that was just responding to my environment. I was reactive. I was hurt, like there was still so much unhealed trauma in me, and I was confused and I felt very powerless. I felt like I was at the mercy of this monkey mind, of like kind of my ego and how it wants to respond to any situation outside of me. And when I discovered, I guess, for myself, my spirituality and being able to silence my mind and recognize that there's something larger than me at play and really connect with it, I felt like I had the key to life. I remember feeling kind of guilty almost, because I remember at that time what it felt like. It was such a quick transition, and I remember what it felt like to feel powerless and to feel lost. And I felt like I just got this secret key to how to be happy, how to genuinely feel contentment. And I wanted to share it with everyone. I felt like it was such a disservice to keep it to myself. And I think that before I even recognized it was the seed that was being planted for me to start doing this type of work and spreading love and light. You know, I was able to connect with this sense of eternal and powerful presence. I'm young, and I was even younger, right? I had my youth, I had my health, I had more time and space ahead of me than I knew what to do with. And on top of all of that, I felt like I finally understood my purpose in a way, and I could die in that moment and be happy. So every single day that I lived, I felt very grateful for. And I know it's not everyone's purpose to, educate about spirituality and holistic practices. And I don't think I necessarily thought or understood that that was my purpose at the time. I think I just felt like my only obligation was to experience life. It doesn't matter what you end up doing with your career, with yourself, what you spend the majority of your time on this planet doing. I feel like we're all contributing to this greater source of information, of knowledge, when we go out and we experience the world through our eyes, our own individually unique eyes. I've always been a curious person by nature, and I started learning. I started understanding things. I started channeling messages once I understood my divine worthiness to do so. I connected with the Akashic records and this source of knowledge to the point where I felt like I had genuine wisdom as this teenager, and now as this young adult, feeling like I have genuine knowledge of the universe and the way that everything works. And it wouldn't have been possible, I think, for me to understand so quickly if I didn't understand the energy of it, if I wasn't so sensitive to understanding and sensing energy. So that was a gift for me. That was something amazing that I was able to do. And now I feel very passionate about helping other people to understand their power, to feel like they have an intentional, collaborative process with the universe to create and allow their authenticity to shine, and to learn from absolutely everything that you do. To learn. And that never ends. You never know all the information. And I think if you can fall in love with that process, you're in a really good spot. Anyways, enough about me, kind of where I started, I guess, and where I am now and what I'm pursuing. I'm really hungry, and I think you might have heard my stomach grumbling. But I'm gonna go make some food, and I haven't decided if I really want this type of video style to follow me around throughout my day as much, but so you know, I have a meeting today with my business partner, my bestie, whom I discussed here. We co-own Awestruck, and we meet daily during the week to get our affairs in order. And we also, today is Wednesday, so we have a meeting with our business mentor, who is just an amazing woman. So we are partnered with this metaphysical shop, and we own an office space above their shop. The owner of the shop, she was only working at that shop for about 3 or 4 years before she, as an employee, before she bought out the owners and bought the entire shop and changed the name and rebranded, and now she is bigger and more vibrant in the small town community than it ever could have been before. She's amazing, and we're so grateful to have her guidance, because she did it all, and she's just a boss woman. So we have a meeting with her today as well, and I just kind of got word that we're gonna go virtual today, so I got ready for no reason. And that's okay, because I might actually go do something now that I'm been motivated to get up and get dressed, and I might have a spontaneous me day. So we'll see, and I might keep you posted. Since our meeting is virtual today, I decided to go sit outside for the meeting, so I had to put on something warm. I'm gonna sit outside for my meeting. I wanted to show you because I think it's so cute, and I got it thrifting. It says trust your magic, and then on the back, well, actually I don't remember what it says on the back, but you tell me. Can you see? I think it's really cute though. It's beautiful out, it's sunny out, but it's still kind of cold, so I need a sweater and I'm gonna go sit outside. I just had breakfast, I ate it by myself. I did like a mindfulness eating practice, so I just kind of sat in silence. I like to do that. You know, I forget that I enjoy doing that until I do it, and I'm like, oh, that was really nice for some reason. It was a good break. I still have like 20 minutes, so maybe I'll journal or something first, but yeah, I'm wearing a lot of blue today, and there's something to that, my guides are saying, so maybe I really need to clear out my throat chakra today. We'll see. Have you ever made coffee just to have the smell of coffee, like just going around your house? I wasn't like I necessarily need coffee, but I just wanted the smell of coffee to be around me. I decided spontaneously that I wanted to move into my guest bedroom at my house because it has significantly fewer things in it than my room, and I just can't even, I think sometimes I just need to be in a place that's a little bit less busy and chaotic so I can just feel calm. It's gonna move in here. I'm in the guest room now. And all I moved in was that stand right there because I needed something on my bedside for my water. And that's it. And a bunch of books, because all of the books, this used to be full of books, and now I have it in a bookcase that's just sitting over there. But besides that, there's really nothing in this room. It used to be it is the exercise room. I just kind of moved everything in the corner. I'm washing the sheets right now, and then I think I'll basically be staying in here tonight, and we'll see how long. I just feel like I need some more calm. And there's no TV in this room. There's no mirrors. So I feel really like it would be a good fit just to have it be really simple. I've been craving simplicity. That was close. My meeting today went well. Talked about some really important stuff. Staying aligned with our values of the company, and just being really intentional about it. It was a good meeting overall. Today I have some work to do. I need to work on some content. I want to give people access to. Everything we do is just about educating. So I've been kind of trying to create guides and how-to sort of things I wish I had when I started my spiritual journey, just to be able to make other people's paths a little bit easier. And yeah, I think a big shift I'm trying to come to terms with right now is that we're moving into this time, and the 5D is sort of becoming our new normal. And I think it's a reframing of our minds that need to happen right now. We're so used to doing things the way we were conditioned to do them and the way that we were taught. As times are kind of changing energetically, we're required to sort of sit in that uncomfortable feeling of having to pay the new path. I'm trying to change my routine and operate a more intuitively with my days. I'm such a schedule person, and I like for things to be done in a certain way. I like my routines a lot. I love my routines, and I always want to have them, but creating these to-do lists that are, you know, as long as I can, honestly, anything that goes into my brain goes on the to-do list, as if I could do everything in the world tomorrow. Feeling like I have a goal to complete those tasks in order to have this physical depiction of my level of productivity and therefore my level of worth for the day. And I'm trying to move away from that. You start to realize that when you're moving with the flow and you're in alignment, that you're able to sort of get things done that need to be done. It's working smarter, not harder, is what it really comes down to. I'm trying to take on a more intuitive approach to my daily routine. And while I love my morning routines and my evening routines, and I intend to keep them the way they are, I think throughout the day I want to have more intentional movement in what I complete that day based on where I'm feeling energy, where I'm feeling excitement. Yeah. I have some journaling I want to do today. I'm so used to looking at journaling like something you do in your free time. It's just like a pastime, when in actuality, I should be looking at it more like homework, because I have some stuff I need to work out, and I keep pushing off my journaling. Like, I'll do it later, you know, when I have free time. I'll do some of that right now. I'm not recording my whole journaling session or anything, but something I did kind of talk about and I wanted to say on here is just that for so long I've felt really driven to the art of creating and posting and stuff, and it kind of conflicted with my ideas about my spirituality and staying grounded and rooted in my soul and my core values. I'm an artist. I love creating, and I can do this and not feel like it's a bad thing, because I think I watch social media and I watch content creators, and sometimes it makes me feel really like kind of bad about myself. I think like I watch it and I see people have these like beautiful picture perfect lives, and I remind myself that their reality may not look exactly like it looks on TV, and that there's so many aspects of our perception that interrupts that. You know, you're looking at it through their eyes, you're looking at it through your own lenses of biases and all your, you know, your ideas, and everyone else's on social media too. It's like, it's so distorted, it's not even close to reality. And I'm a fantasy girl. Yeah, I am a fantasy girl. I will get lost in that. I love delusion. But I think I ended up at some point looking at social media like it was bad. Like content creating was a bad thing, or my desire to do it was ego driven. And I don't think it is. I think I have this desire to document myself and my life because it allows me to be vulnerable in a way that I was never able to kind of growing up, and I feel a certain strength to be able to be authentic to a bunch of people, like not, you know, assuming that people are watching this, but people have access to it and anyone can see it, and there's something really vulnerable about that. But I realized when I started a business that if I want to spread this message, and it's so important to me to do what I do, that I have to do it myself. I can't sit around and just wait for someone else to do it. Then I have to be okay with people seeing me and people perceiving me and potentially judging me. And so, I don't know, this is like exposure for me in a way, but I feel good about looking at my creation as a creative outlet for me, because that's exactly what it is. and I'm the person that will wake up every morning and watch someone's like a vlog of their day, and I don't know why I want to watch a complete stranger make coffee and then go to the grocery store and, you know, like do random crap all day. But I enjoy it because it just makes me feel like, I don't know, connected to that. I like that, you know, very simple but intentional way of going about your everyday and hearing what your thoughts are as you go about your day and all of those things. So I just wanted to share that because it was something that I was writing about, and I feel very good with my perspective on it and kind of what I've discovered through my journaling session. I think I'm gonna be done today talking to you. I may show a video of my room once I kind of my little get up. Well, I don't think I will actually. It's not anything crazy. Not really decorating or moving anything in here because that kind of defeats the purpose. I want it to be very much like a break from my, I don't know, my things, and just kind of raw in a way. I don't know, I think there's a part of me that's craving a retreat to simpler things. So I'm done rambling. If you don't know, I am a artist and I do clay creation is a big part of my work. A lot of people have been enjoying my magnets. I do a lot of clay creations and sculptures, but I also make magnets, which are like, apparently that's the thing everyone wants because it's the thing that sells the best on my shop. So I actually decided I wanted to create new magnets because I kind of have some basic ones and I come up with seasonal ones too, but I wanted to like do like a summer thing, and I wanted to just create some new designs, and I got some ideas about it yesterday and I got really excited about it, and so I'm wanting to dive into that. So I think I'll spend a good portion of my day today creating magnets. If I complete any today, I will document it. So bye for now. I'm headed to my first barre class this morning. I'm excited, but I've never done a class like this before, so I don't really know what to expect. I just finished my first barre class. It was really difficult. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be that difficult, but I'm really proud of myself for going. I'm documenting this. I couldn't take any videos in there because we weren't allowed to have our phones, but I wanted to document it because my resolution for this year was to attend more community sort of things around my interests, and I really like exercising, and I've been trying new sort of activities to move my body and work different muscles. This is the 4th class I've taken in the last 2 weeks. I don't usually take classes. I'm like garage gym, running on the trail by myself kind of person. But I took a cycling class. I took it wasn't necessarily Pilates, but used that like machine, I forget what it's called, sort of class. I took this barre class and I took a jazzercise class. They all had their own charm and I really enjoyed doing it, and you really can feel the energy of the people around you when you're out there doing that stuff. So it was a lot of fun, and yeah, it was difficult, but I'm proud of myself for getting out and trying to find people that I kind of have shared values with, and I had a good time. As an artist and as like an avid crafter, I find myself in Michael's a lot, and I have to say it's my wonderland. It makes me feel like a kid again. I love this place. My old work building,
and it's so crazy to see it sometimes. And it changed, like they changed the sign on the outside. I was just thinking about that place. I've never gone back, even though I've said I was gonna go back, or I was so certain that I was gonna want to go back. Like, I feel like no one can convince me to go back into that building, which is really unfortunate because I really like Barnes & Noble. I like a bookstore. It's a beautiful day out and I don't have anywhere I necessarily need to be. I'm excited to go home and make my smoothie bowl. I'm in a rush today. I feel very good and I feel very grateful for that. And then I'm gonna go to my friend's house. And so I'm feeling really, really blessed and very much full of abundance and gratitude today. Speaking of my old job, I met all of my closest friends that I have right now through my old job. And I was a barista at a bookstore, and the place had its challenges, but the one thing all of us can agree on is that it seriously brought some of the most amazing people into my life, and I'm very grateful for my friends. I remember like probably a year ago, like, oh, I wish I really want to have a good group of friends that I feel safe around, that I feel like I can express myself with, that have some of the same interests as me and help me grow as a person. And those are the people that are in my life right now. And I look back and I'm just like, this cannot be real. Like, this is manifesting right here. Like, it's insane able to say that's the reality that I now live, and that I have these friends in my life that I care so much about and I'm excited to spend time with. I'm nice and showered and I feel good and I smell good and I love that for me. So another thing about me is I'm a freelance model. I have been in modeling kind of in and out, back and forth since I was 17. I struggled with it at times in my life, and I decided when I was in college, when I graduated, that I would get back into modeling and I would give it a real try and I would take it seriously and treat it more like a profession, because that's really what it is. It's not a pastime. It's something that you have to practice and you have to learn and get good at. So these last couple of months, I've been trying to figure out what live as a model is and what that means for me. When you're new in it, you tend to want to try and follow the people around you to get an understanding of what to do. In an industry that's already so particular and selective, you have to know how to be yourself and stand in your authenticity and kind of show who you are through your look. And it's a good thing to have a unique kind of thing that you offer. And I think that learning to model and modeling throughout my life has taught me that, has been a big part of that, and it's truly been a gift. Last week I had a photo shoot to kind of update my lookbook, and I'll show you those pictures when they come in. But yeah, I'm excited to explore that more. So I'm gonna go make my morning breakfast bowl, and yeah, I'll see you later. This is one of my favorite breakfast options. It is a protein smoothie bowl. I toast up my oats with cinnamon. It smells so good, and this is what the bowl looks like. It gives me the protein I need and the nutrition, and it's really tasty, so I love it. Morning. It is a Monday. It's like April 21st or something. It's a beautiful day. I feels like the ringer the last couple of days. Like, a lot of my beliefs and ideals have been collapsing in on themselves, and it's been stressing me out. And even though I don't feel super like recharged and motivated about it, I do feel like my life has taken a dramatic shift, and I will be seeing the reflection of that pretty soon here. And it's just a matter of acting as if, and I'm trying to lose these ideas about what I'm capable of bringing into my life. So I feel really good. I feel in alignment, but I do feel kind of exhausted at the same time, if that makes sense. So just wanted to update you on my state. I'm back. I'm back to kind of update you. Today is Earth Day, and so I dressed up like a tree. I'm going into the office today. I'm wearing brown, green,
tree. Ashley and I are having a fun little kind of bundle thing we're doing to offer people our services, giving everybody that comes in like these wildflower seeds to plant to celebrate Earth Day and Gaia. So I'm excited. I work with Gaia and I have an altar to her, so I want to do something special with that, maybe like a special offering. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but I feel really good about today. Yesterday I sensed this shift coming, and it was something that was kind of just like in the back of my head all day yesterday, and I didn't really think much of it. Last night I did something, a vow of silence during a retreat or something like that. I decided to do that yesterday. Like, I'm at home by myself and it's just me and my dog, and him and I, we communicate telepathically anyways, so I'm like, I have no reason to talk, but I found myself, because it's so quiet, wanting to like kind of fill that space and like narrating. So I was like, I'm doing a vow of silence because every time I do some sort of narration of my day, and I'm thinking from that narrative perspective, and I feel like I'm less the observer and more spending time in that space of my brain, and I needed to like kind of step away from that, and I needed that silence and that that observation role a little bit more. I taped my mouth shut because I will talk. I will talk out loud to my dog all day. I'll talk to myself. I'll do, like, I don't know, but I was like, I'm like, why am I talking right now? Like, there's no one here. Why am I talking? I just talk too much. So I think that it has to do with that shift, that I just wasn't really understanding what was going on. And this morning, my dog woke me up at 4 a.m. for whatever reason. Once I was up, I realized I was meant to be up. I felt like I couldn't go back to sleep. Like I was called to be awake right now. So I got up, I had energy, and I was hungry right away. I finished this painting. I made this painting yesterday. Or no, this morning. See, I woke up so early. I finished that painting and I thought, oh, that was so cute. I love it. I was feeling very creative. I made some pancakes from scratch. I watched Avatar this morning, and it was storming too. It was just the most beautiful thing. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in a movie. As soon as I woke up, I put on a pot of coffee. Yes, I don't care, it's dark out, it's 4 in the morning, and I'm drinking an entire pot of coffee. Yeah, I just had time, so I thought, it felt good to be awake and to do things, but it felt great to be present and in this state, especially as someone that is sensitive to energy, right? If you're someone that is empathetic, you understand that the magic of being awake at 3 or 4 in the morning when there's no one else awake, you can feel it, and it feels very isolated, and in a very like good way. I'm feeling like I can slowly move through my space, and I don't feel like the chaos, the energetic chaos of the world is happening yet, because everyone is still sleeping. Everyone around me is still sleeping. And then I realized my friend that I work with, that we were both psychics, she also woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. And she told me, she's like, I think we were supposed to be up because there was a big shift happening. And I was like, I just said that. I was saying yesterday, I was like, there's something going on. And we were both up last night, and I felt like that was important for us to be really conscious when that shift was taking place. And that happens sometimes, where I'll wake up really early in the middle of the night and I know I'm meant to be up right now. Anyways, long story, I just wanted to kind of mention that because I do feel like it was a really big shift, and maybe it didn't have like, a moon cycle to go with it. I definitely felt something, and I feel like it's changing a lot of things. I'm excited, and we'll kind of see what happens with that. This is the last portion of my first video diary. Stay tuned, and I'm excited to be able to continue to do this and update about everything going on in my life and all of these big little shifts that are happening that I just feel like I'll be able to look back on and see a big difference. So yeah, see you in the next episode.